What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Driven Review. My name is Ryan. Today I got a cool video for you guys. I got the multi-tuned, the PCM tech upgrade from Lund yesterday. Yeah, so the main reason I got it is so I could run user flex as well as like having the ghost cam on the fly, so I can change it like while you're driving. You don't have to like reflash to another tune. I know a lot of people really the main reason you get the multi-tune is either for user flex or for like ramp maps, so you can I guess it's user adjustable, so you can set your like timing ramp for power adders. So it's a bit of an investment, so like you're paying however much the original for the tuner is. So I got the LRX gauge plus the 91 ghost cam and then the E85R tune. So I think it was, for all of that stuff, it was just right around like 750 or something like that, if I remember right. Or no, maybe no, it was 350 plus 100 for the E85 tune, I think it was, whatever. So this the multi-tune upgrade is actually a little bit more than just buying a custom tune up front. So it's a little interesting, but you get some cool stuff. I'm just gonna dive right into it and show you guys kind of what it is, what you can do with it. But yeah, so again, like doing this, you don't get any power advantage from this tune. The user flex doesn't give you a power advantage. It just gives you like the user flex, so you can run blends of E85 and 91, but that doesn't add power. I just kind of did it for fun. I like to run kind of a 50-50 blend, so it's like what is that? Just about E50. E45 to E50, but right now I'm running an E70 blend. It was just a little bit. I had like a half a tank E85, so I tried to blend it to E70 just to start out with. If you're doing like an E30 blend, you're going to get better gas mileage in the E85, just because you're running more pump gas in the E85. But yeah, I'll just kind of show you guys how I set it up, how you kind of maneuver around the controls for it, and yeah, let's just check it out. Alright guys, so flashing this tune is the same as any other tune. So you put your car in accessory mode, which it's in right now. You do the same thing. Programming, just getting closer. You just go programming, continue, performance cals, and then it shows up here. So Lund multi-tune flex, and it says flex right there because I have the flex option and I don't have the timing option. So you click on that. I already have a flash, I've been running it, so you would flash it just like normal, same procedure, but then the difference is, so once you're in accessory mode with the engine off, what you go ahead and do is you go ahead and hit cruise on. So then in the corner over there, the cruise control thing pops up, then you hit reset. So when you do that, I'll do it again. So when you do that, the over here, the RPM gauge will move the needle. So right now it's on 2. So for me, 2 is the ghost cam, and 1 is the non-ghost cam. So I'm changing that by going here, and you press set up and down to change which tuning slot you're in. So by doing that, you can kind of change what slot you're in. Ignore all this, the gauge things that are going off. I don't know why they're going off, but there's no problems with the car. So once you're here again with the car off, so you can change all this stuff, but if you, so like let's say I'm gonna actually go to the non-ghost cam for now. If you hit reset again, for me, when I first started up the car, the speedometer gauge was down at like 0. So in that case, that would mean 0% ethanol, which obviously we don't want. So I already had a straight E85 in the car. So what I had to go do is, again, I'll show you guys. So reset, press it once, the RPM gauge shows up to show your tune slots, and then you press it again, and your miles per gallon, or your miles per hour gauge over here is going to come up. Can't talk today, guys. So again, you just use the up and down arrows to change this value. Right now I'm right around, I think I'm a little bit above E70, just because of the way I kind of mixed it. I messed it up a little bit, but I think it just landed right above E70. But again, so when you start the car, so again, I'm holding the down arrow, but when you start the car, it was like, I had it at 0, so I couldn't even tell it was working, because I thought it was supposed to start at 10, because that's what most pump gas ethanol content is. Because it's usually around 10% ethanol and just like 91 octane. So if you're just gonna run straight 91, 93, keep it right at 10. But again, so if you're running straight E85, you set it to E85, 85 miles an hour. So that's your ethanol blend. It goes up to 100. Like you can't go past 100. I don't know why you would go up to 100. I've never heard of that, but I don't know. But for me, I landed right about here, and it was working good for me. I did overfill the tank a little bit too. I thought it was the pump because, geez, this is so annoying. Because when I went to go fill up, I had about half a tank left. But then what I did was I went in here, data logging gauges, and then one of my gauges is my fuel level. So I parked at the gas station, let it idle for a second, shut off the car, put it in accessory mode, and viewed this, and it said like 51% fuel level, which looked right on the dash. So these cars have a 16-gallon tank, so it should have been right around 8 gallons total. So my calculator said to add like, whatever, it was like 4 gallons of 91 and it was like 4.32 gallons of E85 and 4 gallons of 91. I did the 4.33 gallons of E85, then I was only able to squeeze about 3 gallons of 91 in there. So I have to figure that out, keep messing with it, which is kind of weird. But I think your best bet is probably just to let it go down to like 10 or 5 miles left to the tank and then refill it, just to get as accurate as possible. I know it's a little lenient because once you get above like E70, your timings are pretty much already maxed out, especially on the stock fuel system. So it's not like a huge deal, but you do definitely want to make sure when you're doing this that you get pretty much as like perfect as a blend that you can. So yeah, let me start it up. I'll drive off a little bit. I did drive on this yesterday, and so far it's really nice, but I want to go over a couple things. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, so I warmed up the car a little bit. I'll pull out of here. Let's just go over a couple things. So I'm gonna go over to where I'm not just like in front of a gas station. So let's pull over here. So I'm gonna show you guys the on-the-fly like ghost cam thing. And I'll kind of tell you guys what I think about it so far. So I've tried it a few times, switching between it like while I'm driving. Doesn't seem to have any problems, but I'll show you guys what I have noticed. So when you get the like on the fly ghost cam thing, people from Lund were saying like they try and dial in the ghost cam for like different blends, but they can't always like promise it's gonna work well, you know what I mean? So what they wanted me to do was they wanted me to start the car, let it warm up, and then they wanted me to log a file of switching between the normal idle and the ghost cam idle. So I did that. I haven't uploaded it yet, so I don't know what they're gonna say, but I'm gonna make another one right now to show you guys like what they wanted me to do so you guys can do the same thing. Very straightforward as always, super easy with them. But I am on an E70 blend now, and I was on E85 yesterday, so I'm gonna do another one and see if it's any different. I'll tell them that too. I know they only wanted one, but it looks like they're gonna get two. So right now I am in, here I'm gonna roll down the windows and everything so you guys can hear it. Okay, so I'm in track mode, so you can hear the idle is very normal. Okay, so again, I showed you guys before, but here's what you're gonna go ahead and do. So you're gonna go in, make sure you guys have a good angle here. So now the car's on, so it's a little bit different. So you're not gonna turn on cruise control, or else you would just be setting your cruise control. So with cruise control off and the engine on, you hit reset, this gauge pops up, and you can't adjust the blend with the engine on. So if I hit reset a bunch of times, it's never gonna affect the blend. All you can change with the engine on is the tune slot. So we're normal idle right now, so we're gonna go up to the ghost cam idle, and you guys can see kind of what I mean, but let me also data log this one. So I'm starting a data log. So I'm in normal idle. I'm gonna go into the ghost cam right now, so check it out. So now we're in the ghost cam tune. It is a little bit smoother on E70. On E85 it was pretty aggressive, like when I was switching between the two. It was tending to like get really jerky and kind of weird, but it looks like it's doing a lot better now, which is good. Stop the data log. I'm not like a huge fan of driving with it in this mode because it is a little rough, but it's nice because I can just go and switch it kind of whenever I want. Same process to turn it off. So if you're in, so the engine's on, so cruise control off, same process. So if you hit reset and then you go down from 2 to, like, I only have 2 slots because I only have the ghost cam or the normal idle slot. So when you're doing this, if you just go ahead and, you know, do the same process, reset, you can just switch between the 2, which is nice. But I don't really like to drive with it. It's just a little rough sometimes. I'm gonna go ahead and drive off just to kind of see if you guys can notice what I'm talking about here. They also say, you know, like, it's not like, they tell you very clearly it's not meant to be like a drivable tune necessarily. Like, it is very drivable, like you can definitely do it. I like doing it, you know, when I'm pulling up to, like, you know, like your friend's house or something, just to be as obnoxious as possible. You know, things like that. But I tend to not really drive on it, especially since I'm dogless in the car. It does make the car smell a little bit more, which is no big deal, but sometimes it's just nice to be able to, you know, kind of come to a stop and not, you know, smell gas. But it is very drivable. Like, I'd probably give it, as far as like drivability, I'd probably give it a solid, I don't know. I mean, compared to like the normal, compared to this tune, not on the ghost cam tune, like I'd say the idle, like the normal idle at E70 is probably like a 9.5 out of 10 of like drivability, just normal driving. I'd probably say the ghost cam function is maybe like a, maybe like a 6 out of 10. It's definitely not, I haven't had any problems with like stalling or anything, which is nice. It's just a little too jerky for like daily driving, you know what I mean? Put it in quiet mode while I'm driving. But it is fine, it's great. I can do it. In traffic it's pretty rough, so like I've had the normal 91 ghost cam idle flash, and I was driving on the freeway. There's a lot of traffic and it was not great. Definitely not the easiest thing in the world. But it, you know, it works. You can do it. It's just not that great, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I mean, it's drivable. Like, you definitely can do it. I think they did it really well. Like, it works really well. So I mean, I'm not complaining at all, because especially since it's on the fly. But again, the only reason I really got the multi-tune was for the E85 ghost cam, because I ordered the tune and I got the what did I get? I got the 91 ghost cam. So before I went dogless, you know, it kind of sounded like crap. It didn't sound right. But then I went dogless, and now, I mean, it sounds a lot better, but it definitely is a lot smellier. So I'm trying to only really run E85 as much as I can, just for the sake of, you know, me and other people. It really doesn't smell that bad. I did a whole video on this setup, so go check that out. Link will be in the description. But yeah, I've been trying to just run as much like straight E85 as I can, just for that main reason, but also because I like the way the car drives better on E85. It just drives a lot better. So yeah, I mean, really not much to say. So I'm kind of driving right now. I'll switch it back to the first map so you guys can kind of see what I mean by like the switching thing, because it's a little funky. But I mean, it works pretty well. Like, it's, you know, it's pretty quick. No complaints at all there. Here, I'll do a little pull right now so you guys kind of see it. It's like, here, make sure there's no one around. Yeah, so it still picks up. Like, it's still, the actual like power output of the ghost cam tune is decent. So like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. But here, let's go this way. I don't like this road, there's too many people. So I'll switch the map in a second here so you guys can kind of see what I mean. Let's see. So good. So okay, I'll do this right now. So I'm driving. So when you're just driving, so watch, I'm gonna switch right now. I've got part throttle. It doesn't change anything. Like, when you're driving, you can just switch between it like no big deal, which is pretty cool. But I'll come to a stop up here, and I'll kind of, sorry guys, my GoPro cut out there for a second, but let me come to a stop up here. So So sorry guys, my GoPro keeps overheating, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up. But yeah, not much to say really. It's working good, but as I was saying, so I'm coming to a stop here on the Ghost Cam still, so let's switch it. And it switches out of it really well. Going into it is a little bit worse for some reason, but it works. So I'll do it right now. So again, like here, let's see. And it will time out if you guys are noticing after like some amount of seconds, it'll just like reset back to the normal RPM gauge. Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and do this again. There we go. Okay, so driving, coming to a stop, in normal idle, I'm gonna switch to the Ghost Cam again. So yeah, it's a little jerky, but I mean, it works. It's just for novelty, so it's not, I don't expect it to be perfect, you know what I mean? But it works, so that's all I can really say about that. Yeah guys, not much to say. So far the tune's great. Power on E70s feels about right. It seems a little bit quicker than E85, but I'm gonna try an E50 blend next time, kind of see how that works. Yeah, I mean, really not much else to say. It works really well. I'm really happy with it. I don't think it's really, for what I did, I don't think it's worth the extra cost at all. But you know, I think it's, when you start getting into like power adders for like superchargers and whatnot, like timing ramps, that stuff is cool, that works well. But if you're like me, where you just kind of want to mess with like flex and like Ghost Cam on the fly, it is just a little overpriced in my opinion, but it's no big deal. Well, yeah, that concludes this video. Hope you guys like it. If you guys have any tips on blending ethanol and how you guys do it, let me know down in the description, or down in the comments, because that'd be super helpful. Just trying to figure it all out, do as good as I can. So yeah, just let me know. But as always guys, drive safe and have fun. This has been Driven New Review, and Ryan out.